Who's out there? Anybody? Hello. Okay, so it sounds all right. All right, how you doing out there, everybody? Hello, Jason. Hello, Lori. Hello, Deborah. Nice to see you here. So, I want you to check this out. This is a monstrosity that I've been working on, and it's gigantic, but it's just a pick with duct tape around it. I can't tell you how much money I have spent on picks. It's a lot. John knows, but it is a lot. I've spent a lot on picks trying to, Lori says play the blues, trying to get something that I can consistently hold on to. Because what I have is the pick will just constantly spin in my hands, and it drives me nuts. And I'm too busy worried about the pick to be to get my playing up to par, and it drives me nuts. But I'm working through it, hopefully. How about this, Lori? John says, yeah, you could probably buy another dulcimer and just pick money. You could be onto something there. So now I'm like, I shouldn't be wasting my money on picks. Trying other types of the blues and stuff. Hey, Bill. Kathy, another way to express your creativity. Yeah. Hey, custom picks. Except I don't think you'd want this one. It's got duct tape all over it. I've got in my pocket, let's see. I've got one that I like the thickness of, that I put a bunch of those little monster grips on. That doesn't work, it spins. I've got, how many YouTube channels? Okay, here, I gotta start doing this because that is just cool. Here's another pick that I have, a blue chip that I've put those monster grips on, and it still spins. It just drives me nuts, you guys. It doesn't matter the thickness of the pick or anything like that. I'm starting to like a thicker pick, but. All right, Jason asks, how many YouTube channels do y'all have? Well, by y'all, do you mean me? I have one channel that I use for music. John has a channel that he, you know, can comment on stuff. And then I have a channel that I just put, like, I don't know, we had a deer out in the yard and stuff like that. I've got a channel like that. So probably 3, I guess, is how many we have. Maybe it's not the... Wait, what did I miss here? It says, John says, if I get something she likes, I'll have to market it. Yes, that's true. Maybe it's not the pick, Kathy says, just say it. Well, you could be right. I mean, I know it's me. I have too light of a grip. Hi, Susan. But I do, on mandolin, when I play the mandolin, it doesn't happen to me. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe I have changed my grip for the mandolin or something. I don't know. Not sure. So if you got questions, let them rip. If you don't, I'm just going to play stuff. I do have a couple things I want to talk to y'all about. First, if you don't know it already, until May 31st, I've got a sale at the website. You can try the website out on the free month pass and have all access for $30, which is a pretty good deal. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out. I've got 2 events coming up. Maybe you don't play enough. Lori, you're funny. I'm putting that up. So I've got a couple of events coming up. But first I'm gonna address Lori's question. Maybe you don't play enough. Ask John if I play enough. Ask Amber if I play enough. See what they say. I know you were joking when you said that, but yeah, you're right. Okay, let me tell you about my 2 events, and then I'll address this next question. So August 13th is a Saturday. I'll be down in Mount Dora, Florida, at the Endless Dulcimer Mini Camp. It's put on by Central Florida Dulcimer Festival.com. So Central Florida Dulcimer Festival. And when I'm done here, I'll put the link. But it's on August 13th. And I'm going to be teaching 2 dulcimer and 2 clawhammer banjo classes that day. And it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. So if you're anywhere near that area or can, you know, make it down there that day, I'd love to meet you and see you. The second event I've got coming up is at Folkcraft in Woodburn, Indiana. And that is going to be on September 17th. That's also a Saturday. And that is going to be just dulcimer, and it's going to be a day camp, basically, where I teach for about 3 hours, an intensified course there. And you'll jam in the morning, and then I'll teach the course, and, you know, in there will be lunch too. And then I'll have a little mini concert afterwards. So that'll be a fun time. And I hope to see you there. Let me get to this question here. Okay, Jason asks, and see, now I can't see it now that I put it up because my eyes are terrible. Tell us about holding the dulcimer at an angle, something you've just started, I think. Okay, yes. So I am trying to, obviously, you know, I'm always trying to improve my playing. So I'm trying a whole bunch of different things. But one main thing I want to do is become a much faster flat picker on the dulcimer. So holding it flat in your lap, you know, the plane of play is a lot different than if you were to hold it at an angle, okay? So, and I have a flat fretboard too. I don't have a radius fretboard yet. I'm going to have one of those someday, which I cannot wait. But for a flat fretboard and a flat surface, your plane here is just kind of flat, obviously, right? But if you angle it to the side, you've got gravity working in your favor. And see, obviously I come from banjo, guitar, a lot of other instruments where you strum up and down. You're not strumming like this, it's more up and down. So, and of course, other players who are really fast and really good at the style that I'm trying to get into hold it this way too. So you'll see, you know, Steven Seifert, Aaron O'Rourke, Sarah Morgan, all those people, they have it tilted at an angle. Well, they do that for a reason. It's not just because they like the way it looks. Now, I will say this: if you want to try this, when you do it, if you're a big time thumb player, it's gonna change that for you. So you want to be less of a thumb player to enjoy this style, I think. Okay, and I'm not a huge thumb player. I'll use it occasionally for a long reach, and I can still get it on that, but for speed and accuracy and everything, I'm giving this a try. So I've been playing a lot with it angled, and you know, varying degrees of angle too. So I think that answers that question. Let's see. I've got another question. Well, it said to show it. Okay, Susan asks, how do I get out of a not practicing slump? That's a really good question, Susan. So what I do is I'll pick up a different instrument. I sort of jump around from instrument to instrument, as you know already. But let's say you're just a one instrument player, you know. What really keeps me inspired and wanting to practice is a bunch of different things. So number one, I love to entertain other people as far as, you know, play at church and things like that. So I really love that. And it inspires me to practice because I know each week that I need to play at church. So that's one thing. Another thing that really inspires me to practice is seeing other players. And I don't just mean other players on my instrument, whatever instrument that may be. Seeing somebody that you know, it's not like I get jealous or upset that I'm not there, which I would love to be there. But seeing someone play really well just really inspires me and makes me want to practice more. But the main thing that would get me out of a practicing slump would just be to take a couple of days off. Not worry about it. Go do something else. All right? You're going to have slumps. You know, as a musician, you're going to have that. You're going to have like creative blocks where you just, you don't want to do it. Well, go to something else. But come back to it, obviously. And you'll find that if you really, really want it, you're going to come back to it, you know. And it could possibly be that maybe you haven't tried a new style in a while or something like that. That's another thing that can inspire me. Like you've probably seen me doing some note or drone stuff. I've done that recently. I've been messing around in other tunings. All that stuff can help you get inspired. And this is on any instrument here, you guys. Styles of play, claw hammer versus two finger or scrug style, whatever, all kinds of stuff. On the dulcimer, it may be note or drone, chord, melody, finger style, finger picking, all different stuff you can try that can really ignite you. Okay, so I hope I've answered that. Let's see, where's the next one? I'm gonna put this up. John says, She plays something or another for about 12 hours a day. Now that's a little bit of an exaggeration. That's just a little bit of an exaggeration, I'd say. Now I keep doing that. Let me get a little closer. Do you have any new t-shirts coming out? I do have one, and I keep trying to upload it, and it's not. There's a sticker that Amber drew for me that I absolutely love, and I had her and John fix it to where I can put it on a t-shirt. So that's going to be the next t-shirt, and it's just, I wanted her to draw just a folk art, basic dulcimer and banjo, just straight up and down, and it's really cute. But that'll be my newest one coming out. John, new guitar. Not for me. That's not for me. That's for you. But John's ordered a new guitar. Yes. Janine. Hi. Hi, Mandy. How do you... Let me see. Let me put this up there. She says, how do you keep it at that angle? When I try the angle, it seems to slip back to flat. All right. There's a couple of things. Number one, your strap. Okay. So you want to have it tight enough to where it's going to... not fall, in other words. And you also want to lean it back against your body. I have a little shelf here that I'm trying to get rid of, but I do have a little shelf there that I can put it on. But you want it to lean up against your body. So if you need to, just tighten that strap up, and it's kind of wedged between your body and your thigh there. And it also, I have my arm, the back of my arm is leaning on it. So that kind of holds it in that position. Now I will, you know, if I'm getting aggressive with it, I will take my arm off of there. But for the most part, it's on there and as well. But it's not really, mine is not really slipping or anything. And I think it's a combination of just that triangle. Your body, you know, at your stomach, your thigh, and then your knee. Now I do have my strap to where the back of the dulcimer is resting on my knee, the down turn of my knee when I do that. So that might be something to try for you. But I hope that helps you out. If it's wanting to fall back to flat, then you don't have one of those, that triangle. You don't have that triangle right, in other words. Baker says, other players I play with, an encouragement like this makes it fun to play. So yeah, that can be an encouragement to you to want to practice more and get out of that slump as well. Thanks for that. Hey there, Mandy, I enjoy it. Hey, Judy. Kathy, skipping practice has been an issue for me lately. I've given myself permission to just noodle for about 10 minutes and leave it for another day. You know, that's good too. That's really good advice. Noodle for a minute and leave it if you don't feel like you want to do something. Another thing, back on this same subject, is to have a goal. That may help you want to practice, okay? So have a goal, be it a song or maybe you're working within a song and you want to have a goal of playing it faster or, you know, track that. You can track that with a metronome. You can use Strum Machine to play along with it on a lot of songs. I love Strum Machine. Go get it. It's on my website, or you can get it at his website, strummachine.com. It's free to try out, and it's a lot of fun. That has made me really love practicing. Let's see. John. This is my husband for you, always making jokes. I meant to break a slump, get a new instrument. So he says, go buy a new instrument, that'll break your slump. And that's true as well. But, see, Jason says, I like that sticker. Okay, so I want to show you something else on the dulcimer before we move on to banjo too. If you've never heard of it, it's really interesting. So you'll see I have this taped onto my dulcimer there, and it shapes, right? You can see that. Well, there's something called shape notes. Let me put this down real quick and get closer to you. There's something called shape notes. And if you have a hymnal, or if you look in a hymnal, you will see shape notes. See? You'll see these shape notes. And this is not standard music notation. This is an easier form of it, but I hope it's not blurry. It might be. But it looks like standard music notation, but it's not, okay? So what it is, it's a simplified system of music for singers. It's been around for a very long time, and it's been used in Western music since 1801. And I've gotten this from the Britannica.com. What got me interested in this whole thing is, so I've heard the term shape notes before, but I never really knew what it was. So in these old hymnals, and even new ones that they print in the South, you'll see these shape notes. And they will have singing, and they call it sacred, American sacred music. And it is so cool. So here are the shapes. And this is based off of just your seven do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti notes. And then your do is the eighth note, which is your octave. Okay, so this is way easier than reading music. But what I'm going to do here is something pretty cool. What I'm planning on doing anyway. If you have questions during this about banjo, about dulcimer, anything like that, put them down there while I'm explaining this. But I really wanted to share this with you because it's something cool that has really inspired me to learn this. Because, you know, every week at church, you know, we're singing out of our hymnals and it's shape notes. Well, I can see the notes going up and down, and that's very helpful. But every time I would see that, you know, I'm like, what is that little square? Why are these not round, you know, like regular music notation, which I cannot read, but everything is backwards. Darn, I hate that. I don't know how to fix that. But hopefully you can see that that is a triangle, and that that is a funky looking circle with a line halfway through it, and a diamond, and a different shaped triangle, then an oval, then a square, then a triangle. See how this one was facing this way, and this one is facing the opposite direction. So when you put it on a note line, but this is going to be backwards for you guys. I don't know how to fix that. Well, anyway, that's how it would look on a line, but it's backwards for you guys. So I'm going to let that go. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to learn it. So if you, for instance, pick up any instrument, and you start at your do note, which is going to be your open note, okay? So it's going to be your open note. So if you just run up your scale, I just went do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? You heard that. I know you did. So that corresponds with each one of those. So it's almost like tablature, really. But the thing is, the key does not matter at all. That's what makes it really special to me, because standard music notation, you know, how do I know what key? You know, I don't understand all that stuff. So the cool part about this is you can sing a song in any key you want, and you have the melody notes in this shape note system. So if I went using multiple strings, if I did the same scale, there it is. That would be what I would use there. Okay, so that's the same scale. I hope that makes sense to you. So if you are interested in learning about this or anything like that, I might do some lessons on it. It's really cool. And you could pick up any of these old hymnals, and they're still printing them today, so it's not like they're old, but they were originally printed a long time ago. But you could pick up any of these and learn all these hymns, learn the melody to them, and it's really neat. And it'll be in whatever key you want. So it's just a fun thing I wanted to talk to you about. Lori, I'm going to put this comment up because this is a really good comment. Lori says, I have a practice journal. Kind of fun to keep track of what you do. And that could be another way. That could be another way to inspire yourself to practice, you know, by keeping a journal, seeing how far you've come, that sort of thing. I kind of do my journal as videos. So videos are my journal, for the same purpose though. In case you're wondering, I don't have lemonade today. I have peach tea from the great state of Georgia. Not really, but anyway, let's see. Hello from Colorado. Hey, Alfonso. Got your dulcimer for less than 16 bucks. Wow. Well, you must have got a good deal then. To talk about banjos for just a second, and if anybody has any questions, of course, just put them in the comments. But one thing I've done lately with the banjo is I had John, because I'm too chicken to do it, but I had John put in railroad spikes, which I love. Okay, so that's a great way, you know, a great way to be very versatile in your playing without learning new fingerings for your songs. So, you know, if we get somebody that wants to sing in a different key, we can just capo it really quick and easy. And we'll find a backwards banjo. What the heck? Why is it backwards? Y'all are going to think I'm playing left-handed. Another thing that I've done, I can't believe this is backwards. I'm so sorry for that. I did not know it was going to do that. I wish I could figure out what to do there. But another thing I did was lowered the action. And so the first thing I did was I loosened the tension on the strings. So I loosened the tension on the strings, and then I adjusted the truss rod so that it's almost completely flat. It's just shy of being completely flat. And that did a lot right there in and of itself. But then next, where the dowel comes in, I actually shaved the little square that's inside of there up higher so that my neck could move up. And it is just up. I'm going to just hold it backwards so you can see it right for a change. It is just up just a tiny bit. I mean, it is barely above the lip there, but it really gave me nice low action, so I love that. But yeah, it's been really nice because it moved everything down nicely. So now when I'm trying to come up the neck any, it's really nice to play. Alfonso asked, how do you put it in railroad spikes on your banjo? Alfonso, I know you can't see, but can you read the other people's comments? Because my husband is on there telling you how to do it. And there's a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to do it as well, Alfonso. Okay, I've got another question. I'm gonna have to get a better system here, Jason. Gonna have to figure out how to get this flip-flop. But you can read the comment, right? And it's not backwards, is it? When I put it up on the screen? Is it just me here that's backwards? Baker asks, is that banjo you made, Kit, so cool? I want to get one and make it. Screen, press your camera icon and then double tap. Okay, Jason, I hope this works. Icon. Oh, what did I do? Did that do anything? Okay, so Alfonso, read the comments that my husband wrote up there. Y'all let me know if that fixed it. Probably not. I did hit the camera icon. Nope. Okay. You know, that Americana kit is what it's called, Baker. I love that thing. It's really awesome. So you can go to carterbanjos.com. Brian there is the maker of those. Phenomenal job. I think it was $250, and then like $17 for shipping. Very reasonable. And really, he does. You could put it together out of the box without sanding it at all and play it, and it would be just fine. I just wanted, more sanding, but I love that thing. It is really awesome. So if you can get one, you should, because it's a blast. It's kind of, the tack head is the only part that's hard, and it's not too crazy, but I recommend you don't do it outside in the wind like I did. Let's see. I got some more. Oops. Hold the camera icon and then double tap the screen with the other camera. Okay, he says we'll fix this later. Bummer. Okay, he was able to read that. Okay, great. I'm glad. Judy. Let's see. You've asked a question here, so let me put that up there. See if I can read it. I think I remember making a video a year or so ago and having to turn my phone so that the camera was facing me instead of the screen, and that fixed the backwards problem, I think. Yeah, but the problem with this is I'm looking at this through an app, so that's how I'm able to put your comments up and everything. So that wouldn't, I don't think that would work. What did I do there? Okay. Ken, hey Ken. Kathy's got a question, I think. Let's see. Kathy says, I'm working on Red-Haired Boy. Pretty note heavy for a beginner. Still, it's one of my faves. Any tips for pull-offs using my ring finger? Really struggling with that. Okay, Kathy. Yes. Now, are you talking about banjo, or are you talking about dulcimer, or what? I need a little bit of a clarification, but it's going to be the same thing. I do love that song. Pull off using your ring finger. Okay. So, the banjo claw hammer. Okay, great. All right, so let me get a little closer to the camera here. It's going to be backwards for you. I'm sorry, but so you're going to perform your pull off the same no matter what finger you're using. It's just a little drag. So you've got the note held down, and you're just dragging your finger down and off. You know, I used to play Red-Haired Boy on banjo, and I forgot it. think I forgot it, but. And you go to an F chord, I remember. I don't remember it, but are you talking about in that F chord or when? It doesn't matter, but anyway, so if you're doing it with your ring finger, you're just going to, same thing. You don't want to bend the note though. Make sure you don't do that. I've had people who will bend it. You don't want to bend it much. So if you're not intending to bend it, then you have to release your pressure quicker. It's the F chord. I've got a good I've got a good set of video lessons on the F chord, Kathy. I think it's just called the F chord, I want to say. And on my website, I've probably got about 5 videos in that will help you. And it's got exercises specific to the F chord where you're building your F chord. You're moving your fingers into the F chord shape, and it makes it fun to play. So if you're a member of the website, check that out. If not, I've got a little preview thing of it on YouTube. But so you're wanting to do a pull off. Are you wanting to do a pull off in the F shape? Because in that case, you can do it, but. All right, anybody got any more questions? I guess I need to hide that. Let's see. Take that off of there. This little app I'm using is really neat in that way, but I guess it's not showing it in the right direction, so that's not good. Hey Alfonso, I don't know that song. Sorry. Let's see. I've got my book here, so if y'all have any more questions, feel free to throw them up there. See if I feel like playing any of this stuff. What we work off of, just so y'all can see it, are these sheets. So you'll see me in church or anywhere I go with probably a book. And the best thing to do is, I've got this on my website too if you don't have it, but and this is going to be backwards, get a key transposing chart and slap it into your notebook. So when you are playing out, you will be able to see what you're doing there. But this is what we work out of. And anywhere we go, and this is backwards again, which is terrible. But you can see in red there, that's where we put the chords, and we just have our lyrics there. And a lot of times I'll put on there, we'll have a capo listed if we played with a capo, you know, for that key, or I'll list what instrument I played the song with. So that's kind of cool. And it's a good thing to do, especially if you're going to play anywhere outside of the house, is to just make a book and go with it there. Check that out. That's so awesome. I've got another question. Let's see. Lori asks, when I replace my bass string, okay, she's talking about a dulcimer. When I replace my bass string, I can't get a smooth wraparound. Always has a wonky look. Any suggestions? Okay, so even though this is backwards, you can probably still see that the bass string is a little knotted up there. Looks a little odd. It's not as clean, but it still looks okay. So my suggestion would be to watch that video I have that's the quick string change, because if you will just pull it tight and hold it down with your finger there, pull it tight, hold it down, wrap it around 3 times, 4 times, something like that, and then press down with your other hand so that you expose the hole, and then pull it through, and then tighten it. It'll make it a lot easier. It'll make that process a lot easier for you. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Can you play Coming to Me? I don't have that yet either, Alfonso. I'm sorry. I do love Coming to Me. We sing that in church all the time. Lori, is yours okay? She has a paddle head. Thanks for doing what you do. Appreciate it. God bless. See you, Baker. Thanks. Got to go back to work. Oh, bye, Kathy. Sorry about that. I'm limited on what time I can do these. When we get good internet at the house, I'll start doing them later and on other days and stuff like that as well. We're almost at a time. Anybody have any more questions? Or anything you want to talk about? Or I'll just play another song, I reckon. Let's see, what do we got? Do you have an album? Alfonso asked, do you have any official albums or CDs or vinyl? I don't at this time. It could possibly happen, but not yet. I'm actually, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but all the equipment back there, Darla has a little sound studio here where she will mix people's albums for them. So that could be happening someday, I hope, but not at the moment. Ken, wonderful song. All right, see you, Ken. Okay. Judy has a question. Which did you learn how to play first, the dulcimer or banjo? I first learned to play the banjo. I learned to play guitar a little bit before any of those a long time ago when I was 18. But I didn't stick with it, and I just don't. I'm not into guitars. Too many strings. But I learned to play banjo. I started. We moved up here, and I asked for a banjo for Christmas, and that was in 2003. So I got a banjo for Christmas. That was awesome. And I started with three finger scrug style rolls. That's how I started. There wasn't. I mean, I guess there was probably YouTube. I'm not even sure if there was YouTube, but there was no real way to learn other than to, order VHS tapes and stuff like that. So I had a hard time learning it. But I worked on that for about a year or so, and then I was working at the folk school nearby here, the John C. Campbell Folk School, and so I'm reading the comments, but so I was working there, and you got to take a free class, and there was this lady teaching clawhammer banjo, and I had no idea what that was, but I signed up for the class because I got to take a free class, Who's not going to do that? So for a week, I got to learn basic clawhammer, from this lady named Aubrey Atwater. And if you don't know who that is, you should look her up because she's a fabulous banjo and dulcimer player. Fabulous. Love Aubrey. But so a week-long class with about 15 people, I picked up the basic clawhammer stroke is what, I call it. But I picked that up, and then we had to move and things happened, and I had my daughter, and so for a couple of years there, I didn't play anything. And then Amber was probably 3 or so, and I got a banjo back because I had sold it even. Got a banjo back and picked up clawhammer, and said, I really want to do this, and I want to do something, I want to make music. So picked it up, started playing it, loved it instantly. And the funny thing is, in the back of my mind was that dulcimer too. That was the first time I had ever seen a dulcimer. And this would have been in early 2005 when I took that class. So first time I'd ever seen or heard a dulcimer was Aubrey playing it. And that was always in the back of my mind. So a couple years later, I asked for a dulcimer for Christmas and got one. And the funny thing is, it was a used folk craft too. That's what's funny. It was a folk craft. It was, you know, used and stuff. But so I started playing dulcimer and just, you know, have loved them ever since. But I hope that answered that for you. And let's see what else. Too many strings. Oh, they're just arguing about strings. But no, I just don't. I'm not into guitars. I got a few more minutes, so if you got any more questions, feel free to ask them. And then we'll be... Mark! Hey, Mark. He says, Aubrey's great. Met her when we were teaching at John C. Campbell. That's where I was exposed to claw hammer. Yep, me too, Mark. And Aubrey is amazing. She also claws at the same time she plays banjo, which is, you know, I can't even imagine that. You know, you've got to have a lot of stuff going on to be able to do all those things at once. But and she's got a beautiful singing voice too. And her husband Elwood Donnelly, they perform together, and it's beautiful. But to go further in your question about which one did I start first, when I found the dulcimer, when I was at that class, learning claw hammer, I bought Aubrey's CD, and I brought her book too. And her book had claw hammer. It had some claw hammer tabs, it had some dulcimer tabs, and it had some tin whistle tabs, because she plays all three. But I bought her album there, her CD, and I played that thing a lot. So it was always in the back of my mind that I also wanted to play dulcimer. So, Alfonso, why does your banjo sound different than mine? I don't know. But, I don't know why, but Worried Man Blues is just it's in my fingers today. I was playing that on dulcimer earlier and on banjo. And then also I saw the light. Then I lose it. Oh yeah. It's so funny how songs come and go out of your fingers. But well, I hope you've enjoyed this little chat we've had. My banjo has a warmer sound. You know, part of that is the fiber skin head, Alfonso. So a fiber skin head will make a huge difference in getting that warmer, I don't know how to describe it, tone, but that will really help as well. And I also mute it, like my husband said. So I've got a little sponge in there. So I do try to get a little bit of a, not as bright, I guess you would say. And this is all maple banjo too, so it's pretty bright. So Lori asked, what is your favorite patriotic song? The Star Spangled Banner. I mean, that's really it for me. I love it. I mean, I like Dixie too. Oh yeah, Cheesh. John brings up Proud to Be an American. Yes, that is like an amazing song. And yes, that is probably right up there with the Star Spangled Banner for me for a patriotic song. everybody asked about fingernails and picks. I always get questions about that in the comments, so of a lot of videos. But I'm not really a pick person. Even if I have, my nails are pretty good right now, but even if I have cut it really short, I never use a pick. I just like to feel the strings. But, okay. I thank you very much for being here and spending this time with me. I really enjoy playing music. I love it. It's just my life. I mean, I just love it. So, if you enjoy these live streams, please hit the like button. And let me know. I try to ask questions and polls and stuff. Let me know good times for you, and I'll try to change some of the times and stuff that I do these things on. And this is also for people who are watching afterwards, if they watch it after the fact. Kenny says, I play with an upside down finger pick on my middle finger. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of people that do that. And Jason says, me too, picks are for guitars and dulcimers and mandolins. Yeah, I'm just, I really want to feel it. And I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of problems with their nails, so they have to use picks. And of course, use whatever, is comfortable for you. And there's a really lot of different things you can do, claw hammer wise for picks. Kenny says, I have a video I put just maybe playing claw hammer guitar with a finger pick on. Yep. A lot of people will do that. But all right, well, I'm gonna let this be the end of it, and I thank you so much for checking it out. And I want to always remind you before I leave, and this is serious, y'all. Jesus loves you. All right, and if you have questions about that ever, please let me know. I will happily talk to you about it. All right, take care, everybody.